The International Criminal Court (ICC) in The Hague issued an arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin, accusing him of committing war crimes in Ukraine, which was attacked by Moscow in February of last year. There are charges against Lvova-Belova, the Commissioner for Children's Rights in the Russian President's office too, for the unlawful deportation of minors, for which the court has issued an arrest warrant. The claims have been refuted by Kremlin, which also claimed that the arrest order was legally invalid because Moscow does not recognize the ICC's authority. The United Nations, meanwhile, believes that there is sufficient evidence to accuse Putin of war crimes in Ukraine. The ICC says the crimes were committed in Ukraine from February 24, 2022. What are the allegations against Putin? The Russian president is reportedly liable for the war crime of the unlawful expulsion of children and that of the unlawful transfer of children from seized areas of Ukraine to Russia, the International Criminal Court stated in a statement. It further added that there are reasonable reasons to suspect that Putin committed the activities directly, jointly with others and failed to exercise control appropriately over civilian and military subordinates who committed the acts. According to a report, some of these kids were put into foster homes and compelled to obtain Russian citizenship, which led to them remaining permanently in Russia. It went on to say that although the moves were intended to be temporary, both parents and kids encountered a variety of hurdles in establishing communication. According to the UN investigators, 16,221 youngsters were transported to Russia without their will. Lvova-Belova is a co-accused in the offences which amount to war crimes and violate international humanitarian law. The UN panel of investigators said apart from rape and torture, Russians are also responsible for attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. It also mentions some mass burial sites in Bucha and Kharkiv, accusing Russia of more serious crimes against humanity. Moreover, Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, has claimed that Russia has committed 400 war crimes in the Kherson region alone. According to Human Rights Watch, the International Criminal Court (ICC) prosecutes the most serious crimes that the international community is concerned about, such as genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. However, the International Criminal Court lacks the authority to conduct arrests, and Russia is not a signatory to the treaty which set up the court, making the extradition of any suspects all but impossible. How the arrest warrant will impact Mr. Putin? There is no possibility of Kremlin turning over the Russian president to the ICC because he holds undisputed control in his own country. Putin is not in danger of being detained while he is in Russia. Putin may have to limit his travel because he could be detained if he left Russia. But it is impossible that he will appear in a nation that would want to try him because of the international sanctions on him owing to the Ukraine war. Although the warrant might make it difficult for Putin to travel, the ICC relies solely on cooperating states to implement its warrants because it lacks a police force of its own. Countries haven't traditionally acted in this way, especially when a sitting head of the state like Putin is involved. Russia, meanwhile, refutes claim that its soldiers committed war crimes. It is improbable that it would ever turn over any suspects. Lvova-Belova revealed she had adopted a 15-year-old child from the destroyed Ukrainian port city of Mariupol at a meeting with Putin in the middle of February. She added that they relocated children's homes to secure regions, arranged for their rehabilitation and prosthetics, and gave them specialized humanitarian aid. It is unprecedented for the ICC to issue an arrest warrant for Putin, the president of a country that is a member of the UN Security Council. Set up in 2002, the ICC is a court of last resort for the world's worst crimes when countries cannot or will not prosecute suspects. This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video. For further updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.